guys, welcome to the next episode of Mindflow with Gosia. This is a new series that I came up with just recently, where I will be speaking about one idea that occurred to me, one spontaneous idea, a mind flow that occurred to me in the recent days or weeks. So this is number 2. The idea that I have to talk about today is something that occurred to me when I was editing this last message from a special friend, the meditation that I shared with you in Cosmic Agency here, 2 videos before this one. And okay, like in this message, she was talking about how it's necessary, how it's important to find this moment within, to connect, to find the stillness, to be quiet and connect with life and feel life. Right. I know many of you like the message very much. Thank you guys for your support, but also maybe some of you feel like, okay, I'm already doing that. This is a great reminder, but I know this. Yes, I do take these moments. But now, how many of you really know, and I'm now saying this in general to the wider audience who always talk about the 5D world and 5D events that we are waiting to rise and ascend into the 5D world as if this was some kind of a completely new world, new life, and everything is perfect around us and idyllic. In some ways, yes. However, how many of you really know and realize that those things and those details and everything she was talking about in that message, that's exactly where the 5D and beyond worlds emerge from? That this is exactly the incarnation and embodiment of what it feels like in those higher frequency worlds. 5D, 6D, whatever, it's just numbers. I'm going to keep calling it 5D just because of the general understanding. This is exactly where the 5D frequency and the world resides, where you connect in stillness and really feel yourself and feel life and feel moments slowly in stillness, in quietude. That's exactly the frequency of that 5D world. That's what it is. It is there. That's what it is. You don't have to be traveling anywhere. We don't have to be waiting for that world to come to us. It's us bringing that forward from within when we connect and we feel ourselves and life, when we become aware of our own attention towards the details, when we stop and we breathe and we connect. It's simple what I'm saying, but that's really where that 5D world and beyond is emerging from. And we become, like she said, vessels. This is how we become vessels of that higher frequency, and this is how we will be transforming, and we are, and we have been, this 3D so-called Earth matrix. And these are moments where you, like I'm saying, feel anything around you. It really can be any simple thing, but the importance is here to connect with that, to activate that awareness of connection and contemplation of that moment and your interaction and feeling towards that something. So this is beautiful. When I felt it so strongly when I was doing this message, that's exactly the 5D world that so many people have been yearning to see. There's nothing to wait. Just be that, embody that, become a vessel for it, bring it forward, and from that, everything else will manifest, will help that new frequency world to become a physical expression. It's from there that it manifests. Those other words in Pleiades or somewhere where we say they are 5D and they are so Pacific and all that, it's not because of the physical circumstances. That's not that we are going to go there and wow, what a wonderful world. Yes, but because that world has emerged from that collective and individual connection to life and themselves that people have. Of course, as we know, there are problems there as well, but because there are shadows as well within that collective psychic. But in general, there's nothing to wait for. That's what I'm trying to say. There's nothing to wait. That 5D and beyond world is already there, is within. You just have to tune into it. And it's so important that you do, not only because of yourself, that you are bringing that for yourself, but like I said in my last Space Academy Sector Earth video, this is a collective responsibility, because we are anchoring that frequency in this world. We are, by being vessels of that energy and that frequency, we are anchoring it here in this collective. And now some of you will say, but I don't have time for this. This is all very nice, but I don't have time. Bullshit. Bullshit, because this doesn't have to be some sort of a deep meditation where you go and you isolate yourself. It can be, if you have time and where, yeah, but it doesn't have to be. You don't have to go to the mountains and sit there for 3 hours and anchor the frequency. No, what she is talking about in this message, and this is what I'm talking about here as well, is little moments where you actually really, really feel the connection with that moment. It can be anything. It can be when you are walking to the store. You're walking to the store, where walk consciously. Connect with the flowers on your way, with the people around you, whatever you want to connect with the clouds. Notice the trees. Notice how you feel. It's noticing of these details. You wash the dishes. You take a shower. For example, when I take a shower, I will tell you, I sit down on the ground. I don't have a bathtub, so I'm just sitting there and letting the warm water come over me and just feeling that. And that feeling, that's what it's about. This is where that 5D and beyond frequency and energy is emerging from these moments. And you are anchoring yourself in that frequency. And from that, you will continue to generate your reality, because it will be the frequency that is going to define you. It's going to be your default. You need to keep connecting with those moments to make that your default, so that then you can project that default into your physical expression around you. And you will be transforming the physical reality around you. Now, someone will say, Gosia, this is nice. Okay, you are right. I will have those moments. Okay, but now this is not going to solve anything for me. This is not going to pay my bills and this and that. When you exercise, right, is that paying your bills? When you connect with those moments on when you exercise, this is not meant to pay your bills or fix those physical problems. This is meant to build your connection to that inner strength, so that when you are confronted with the physical situation, physical challenge, you will have the wisdom, you will have the insights, you will have the peace, you will have the strength to deal with whatever situation life throws at you. Just like when you are exercising, this is not paying your bill, this is building your inner strength and physical stamina, so that when you are walking up the mountain, we have a challenge, then you can walk that mountain with greater ease. You can confront that actually. It's the same here. When you are anchoring in that default frequency, that 5D world within you and beyond, you are making that a dominant frequency within your field, within your etheric aura, within your personality and character, that is going to then define how you will interact with the challenges of the physical world. So when you go to the bank and you have to pay that bill and it's a problematic situation, you will have more inner peace to know how to deal with it. And you will be able to transform that situation with a different perspective and different type of wisdom. You'll be applying that default frequency that you connect with to that physical situation. You, as a vessel of that higher frequency, will be able to transform that situation give a different spin to that situation. So that's what it's for. That's what it's for. These connection moments, like I'm saying, like exercises, are not to fix our physical life, even though in the process they are kind of fixing it, because we are now projecting from a different state of mind and we are interpreting everything from a different state of mind. And that in the process is fixing also our situation. For sure, many of these physical problems will even disappear. Now, okay, one more thing. Some people say, and of course that's true to the degree, that you can find all your answers within yourself. It connects with the message that was shared. And yeah, that all you need is just go within and you will find all the answers. To that, I'm going to throw a little bit of a different opinion here. Even though what I just said about connecting within is super important, yes. But on the other hand, now becoming a little bit more realistic here in that sense, I do not think that absolutely all the answers are within, absolutely all the answers in the universe, because if that was so, then the Taygetans themselves wouldn't have to travel to explore other parts of the universe. They wouldn't have academies. They wouldn't have schools. They wouldn't have books. There would be nothing to learn, right? Because all you have to do is just go within and find that answer inside. You can like project yourself or something. Look at scan what's on the other side of the universe just by going within. But we know that, well, maybe it's possible to some people to some degree, like you can remote view, but I don't think absolutely everything that is to known in the universe can be reached just by going within, because like I'm saying, then you would be source itself and there would be no fun in life, because in life, a part of the fun is actually discovery and exploration. It's not enough for me just to sit and then I can just scan what do they have in Arcturus for dinner. Let's see, what do they eat for dinner? I'm just gonna go inside. So instead of talking to that person, instead of traveling there and learning what they have for dinners, well, I'm just gonna go within and get that answer. So my point is, I don't think every single detail of the universe out there, well, in theory, yes, because you can access that etheric field, the so-called Akashic records, everything is there. But I don't think everything is available that easily all the time. So that statement, all the answers are within, well, it depends what kind of answer I wanna discover. Like I said, they wouldn't have those exploration ships if they could just know what's there, where they want to go by going with it. So that's just a side point there. But of course, everything else, that connection, that wisdom, the insights, the spiritual wisdom, the contemplations, and a lot of the knowledge as well, of course, can be accessed by going within, anchoring in that frequency, making that your default higher and higher, more pure and more pure, and everything else around you will transform eventually, sooner or later. That's my belief. And even if it doesn't the way you would want it in that moment, your interpretation will. Your interpretation and your connection with that moment, your understanding of that moment will shift. So something will shift toward the positive, I'm sure. So that's my ideas for the moment. Thank you very much for joining me here in this Mindflow. Enjoy the rest of your week, and now for sure I'm going to see you in Space Academy Sector Earth for the next class. Are the extraterrestrials good or bad? See you there!